Hi boys and girls, and welcome back to another Read Aloud. This week we've been talking about the story element of setting, and we learned earlier in the week from Annie and Moby that a setting is a place and a time of where a story takes place. Now typically in first grade, the settings are pretty easy to identify. We use our visual clues, what we're seeing in the pictures. However, as we get older, books have less and less pictures because we start to explore chapter books. Now, since chapter books don't have pictures, we have to use the clues from our reading to visualize a story in our head. Okay, so it's very important we know how to identify a setting using clues from words as well. Now, typically a setting changes throughout the story. We're not always in the same place throughout the story because that would kind of be boring. Just like in a movie, the setting is always changing. I might be at home, but in the next scene, I'm at my friend's house. Okay, so we are going to read this very cute book, Nerdy Birdie, and we need to identify this setting every time it changes. Now, like I said, in first grade, it's pretty easy to identify a setting because they give us the visuals. They give us the pictures that tell us, yep, the setting changed. Oh, turn the page, it changed again. Okay, so let's practice identifying the setting while we read this cute story, Nerdy Birdie. This is Nerdy Birdie. Do you know a setting? I do. I'm not going to tell you the setting throughout the video because your activity after is to identify the settings you see throughout the story. So you really have to pay attention as I'm reading to identify the different settings we come across in the story. So this is Nerdy Birdie. I see a setting. His glasses are too big. Oh, I see another setting. His wings are too small. Ooh, here's a big clue. Look kind of in the background. There's a big clue of where your setting is. Oh, my setting changed again. He's allergic to birdseed. When all the other birds are hanging out together at the bird feeders, Nerdy Birdie is scrouching for breadcrumbs. So in just 3 pages, the setting has changed 3 times already. Oh, and here it changed again. Eagles, cardinals, and robins are the cool birdies. Wind tunnel tested head shape, abs of steel, impressive sculpted chest muscles, glossy red pompadour, glossy red attire, also glossy and red. Beady eyes with superior warm vision, warm-fed physique, feet nothing to do with worms. So these are the cool birds, the eagle, the cardinal, and the robin. 3 things eagles are good at: hunting, fishing, and football. 3 things cardinals are good at: singing like a rock star, posing, and attracting fans. 3 things robins are good at: picking on worms, insulting worms, and eating worms. And 3 things Nerdy Birdie is good at: reading, playing video games, and reading about video games. So already the character of Nerdy Birdie is much different than the cardinal, the eagle, and the robin. So be aware that as I'm turning the pages, look at your visual clues to help you identify different settings if it changes. Eagles, cardinals, and robins don't care about reading. Hey guys, I just read the coolest book. Who cares? Bookworm. I eat bookworms for breakfast. Or video games. Hey guys, I just defeated the Earthworm King in the world of Wormcraft. Who cares? Nerd. I eat real earthworms, not digital ones. They don't seem pretty nice. One day, eagle flew off to hunt. Cardinal flew off to hunt. Robin flew off to terrorize worms, and Nerdy Birdie was alone. Again, I see a different setting here. One thing was clear. It was awfully lonely not being a cool bird. So this kind of story reminds me of the cool bean, how that bean wasn't cool like the other three beans. I wonder if this story is going to be similar where they befriend him. I don't know. Let's see. Why do you guys hang around with them? So it looks like somebody from over here is talking. And he's like, what? Who's talking to me? They don't even like you. But they're so cool, said Nerdy Birdie. Trying to be cool is exhausting, said the new bird. You should hang with us. Us? Ooh, so it looks like Nerdy Birdie found some other birds that are just like him. Us! After all, there's always room for another Nerdy Birdie. So look, all these birdies are just like him. They like the same things he likes. Oh, I'm sorry, he's down here. Their glasses were too big, their wings were too small, and at least half of them had birdseed allergies. They all liked to read, and almost all of them liked to play World of Wormcraft. And then he realized something. There were way more nerdy birdies than cool birdies, and now they were all his friends. So it does seem like he wants to be friends with them instead of the cool ones. Setting changed again because we're at a different part in the story. Eagle didn't have any friends. Eagle hunted alone. Cardinal was always showing off. He had no friends. Know why? Because he was always showing off. And Robin was too obsessed with worms to make any friends. So one thing was clear. It was awfully lonely being a cool bird. But then a new bird moved into the neighborhood. I wonder if he's going to be a nerdy birdie or a cool birdie. The cool birds were unimpressed. Hey guys. Oh, it's a girl. She gives me the creeps. Why does she wear all black? It's so depressing. She eats what? So this is a vulture. So if you're curious what she eats, you can look up the bird vulture. The cool birds flew away and left Vulture all alone. So Vulture's a girl. They didn't like her at all. Do you think the nerdy birdies are going to like her? Why would you want to hang around them? Being cool is exhausting. You should come hang around with us. So look, that's Nerdy Birdie talking to her. Us? So this reminds me of when Nerdy Birdie was on the ground and they all invited him up. Us. After all, there's always room for another Nerdy Birdie. Right, guys? Uh-oh. It doesn't look like they want her up there. I wonder why. So again, we're in a different setting. We've seen this setting before, though. So it's different right now, but we've seen it before. Hold it! Where are her glasses? Where is her lightsaber? And have you heard what she eats? Blah! She is most definitely not one of us. Nerdy Birdie was confused. But there's always room for another Nerdy Birdie, right? So the nerds don't really like her, but he's like, wait. There's definitely room. That's the problem. She's not a Nerdy Birdie. She's just weird. Nerdy Birdie looked at his flock of friends. The telephone wire was packed with them. The telephone wire. He looked at the new bird sitting there all alone. And one thing was clear. It was awfully lonely being alone. So look, he joined her down there. This is Nerdy Birdie. His glasses are too big. His wings are too small. This is Vulture. She wears contact lenses. Her wings are enormous. Vulture eats dead things. Nerdy Birdy does not. Nerdy Birdy likes video games. Vulture does not. Nerdy Birdy and Vulture don't at all like the same thing, but they really like each other. That's nice. If you ever need a friend, you can come hang around with them. After all, there's always room for another. Birdy. And here's this giant bird. Hi! The end. So cute little story. There were some lessons in there. There were some good characters in there. Did you notice how the setting changed throughout the story? We saw the same setting a couple times. So if you're going to say they were at the park, you don't need to say it 3 times. They weren't at the park. Okay, but now that we've read the story, your activity is to identify the settings throughout this story. You might have to go back and rewind it, pause it to see where the story is changing and where it's taking place. If you took notes during the video, that's great as well. So I told you at the beginning, we're going to identify the setting. So good luck. I hope you were able to identify all the different settings throughout the story.